I almost put a comb in it.
Alrighty, okay, I've put it into record, so we'll get started. Thank you everyone for joining us on this call tonight. We're really excited for you guys to be on here and for us to be sharing from Australia to the UAE on our product, Juice Plus, and also the opportunity of being part of the business side of things from the UAE as well. So I'm super excited. I'm going to be handing this over to Sunny, and then we've also got a special guest that's going to be talking on the product tonight. I'm really excited for you guys to listen to Natalie Baldock, who basically she is part of our team. She's a national marketing director with the company and also a 100 Club. She is also a real food coach. So her understanding of whole foods and real food is amazing. So we're really honoured tonight to have her on this call. And then Sunny's going to wrap up with the business opportunity as well. So Sunny, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Great. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in on a Saturday afternoon UAE time. We are super excited to be holding these events, and we're going to be holding them continuously, on a weekly basis. The four of us, Abby, myself, John and Caitlin, just spent 2 weeks in the UAE, and we were totally taken back by the response we got. We obviously have been planning to launch Juice Plus for around about 6 months now, when all the leaders globally found out that Juice Plus was going to be going to the UAE. So in turn, we do what we do best in this business, and we reached out to people and try to connect with as many people as possible. And the launch was amazing. It was on the 14th of January. We had around about 1,500 people there. And from there, the momentum has begun. We're really, really excited because the UAE has never seen anything like this before. And after spending some quality time with a lot of you that are on the call here today, we realized that this product is very much needed in the UAE. Right? We realize that this business model is very much in demand. And we know from the response that the next 6 months is going to be amazing. It's going to be very critical for the growth on how you guys want to, build a business, build an online business. And we're super excited, in terms of health and what is really needed in the Middle East. We know that this product is going to be phenomenal for people. We're really going to be able to help people. And the business model, we know that there's like this huge gap between people's, reality. Often, when talking to people in the UAE, there seems to be this massive gap between people that are super, super wealthy and people that are just trying to get by and live, the Dubai lifestyle, the UAE lifestyle, which is a fantastic lifestyle. So we know that what we have is going to fill that void. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hand it over to Caitlin and Nat. They're going to talk a little bit about this product. And what I'd love for you guys to do today is to just sit back with an open mind. Just have a think about what if. When you hear about the product and how amazing it is, have a think about who you could help. Who could you reach out to that could do with better health? Who could you reach out to in terms of the business model and offer this to? Who do you know that could do with more income? Who do you know that could do with more purpose? Who do you know that could really want something for themselves, a better way of life? Because I truly know, not only do I believe, that I know after, being on the product for 5 years and being in the industry for 4, right, that this is a better way. We have a better way for people to create a life for themselves, not just a living, but a real life. It's truly incredible. So Caitlin, I'll hand it over to you. Caitlin Field. She's Australia's youngest national marketing director. That's the top level in the company. I had the honour of meeting her about 3.5 years ago, and she took a leap of faith and she's never looked back. So please take it away, Kat.
Thanks, Sunny. How are we all? Give me a wave if you can hear and see me. Awesome. So good to see so many people on here. We want to explode these Zoom calls to hundreds of people every weekend. So we want to start introducing more and more people. So feel free to share the flyer with people, get them on, because this product came into my life about 3 to 4 years ago now from Sunny and his wife. I was working full-time in the personal training industry, and I had come across so many different supplements. I had been swamped with so many different things, people promoting different health products, but nothing was of standard and quality and variety like the Juice Plus products were. And this is what blew my mind, was that this product of fruit, veg and berries was compressed, dehydrated and put into a vegan capsule, easy for consumers. So you were able to take your fruit, your veg and your berry capsules every single day and get the variety of 30 different plant-based nutrients. Plus, you would have this on top of a healthy diet. And what we started to see with my personal training clients and my friends and family, everyone who started to take this, was the results were phenomenal. And that's what sold me, was I knew that there was brilliant research behind the product, which Nat will touch on in a second. I knew that it was farmed organically, but I wanted to know, what are the results that my clients are going to see and what am I going to see from this personally? And that's what really sold me on this. My energy increased. I had stamina throughout the entire day. My training and recovery was better. My clients were losing a bit of weight. Everyone's metabolism was starting to fire and boost because they were getting the levels of nutrients that they needed every day. So a little bit about the product. As I said, there's 30 different fruits, veg and berries in the Juice Plus capsules. It's vine ripened and late picked. So all the produce that's put into here is organically grown and it's vine ripened, late picked. So it's got masses of nutrition. The nutritional volume is huge before it is juiced and dried and put in the capsule. So what we've got in the capsule is all your phytonutrients, all the minerals, vitamins and antioxidants that we need to get every single day in our diets that we don't get from our everyday food. And when you put this combination in your body, it works in synergy. It's completely absorbed and you start to straight away feel the effects within 7 to 10 minutes of it absorbing into the bloodstream. So this product has been proven to be bioavailable, which means it absorbs into the bloodstream and it gets used effectively in the body. So a little bit about the product and why I believe in it so much and why I absolutely love it and why people get great results is because, like I said, it's got mass levels of nutrition with extremely low calories to 0 calories. It's got 0 wheat, gluten and dairy. Now, a lot of products out there don't actually have all those requirements, but Juice Plus does. It's got no herbicides, pesticides, yeasts, mold, bacteria or heavy metals. It's completely tested to be organically grown and produced, not organically, but produced at the highest level that Juice Plus can be produced at. It's tested by the NSF, the TGA in Australia approves this product, and so many different people around the world promote and use this product because of the level of nutrition with 0 calories. All right, do you want to talk about anything of?
Just the capsules alone, when we talk about the NSF and we talk about the FDA in America, the FDA is the Food and Drug Administration. Now, to get certification from these guys is quite stringent and quite tough. But the toughest governing board in the world to get the tick of approval from is the TGA, the Therapeutic Goods Administration. So, this has been tested in Europe, tested in America, being tested in Australia at the highest level. It is classified as the next best thing to fruits and vegetables. It has been classified as a whole food therapeutic good. So whole food meaning it works on the whole body. So everyone's results are different. Like for some people, their skin will clear up. For some people, their tummy conditions will subside. For some people, they'll have increased energy. Everyone is different. And my experience was just that I stopped having so many infections and I was able to really rid myself of a violent bacteria in my body over an 8-month period. So, everyone's results are different. So whatever you do, if somebody asks you, what does it do for you? One of the things that it does do for people is that every single result is different with every single person because every single person is an individual with different health concerns. And what I love about it as a food coach is that this product has helped 15,000 of my clients over the last 8 years, and I've seen remarkable results in 99.9% of people. And the 0.1% that don't get results aren't taking it properly. Truly aren't taking it properly or drinking it on top of coffee, which neutralizes nutrients.
So you're going to make sure when you're taking your Juice Plus, you're washing this down, you're flushing it down into your system, absorbing it into your blood with lots of water. And that's what we start to see with a lot of people is their results speed up so quickly because when they start to take Juice Plus, they drink more water and it's a catalyst of change. They start to eat better food, they start to exercise a little bit more, and it's the catalyst of lifestyle that starts to increase. So if you know anyone that wants to start looking good and feeling good, then this product is for them, because they're the things that you start to feel and you start to notice it in your body as well. You really start to feel vibrant and look good. So the second product we have with Juice Plus is the Juice Plus Complete. Abby, can I cue you in? Just to hold that one up. So if you look at Abby's screen, this is the Juice Plus Complete. The Juice Plus Complete is a protein sachet. It is balanced with good fats, live foods, and all the fibers that we need to have within our bodies. So in this complete mix, you can have this on the go as a meal, add it into your smoothies, or even add it into your cooking as well, into your raw desserts and things. So it's a very versatile product that can be used. But what I love about it the most is it's gluten-free and dairy-free. So when you put this into your body, you don't get that bloating. It's easily absorbed. So anyone who's training in the gym, who wants better stamina, better recovery, or if you're a busy mum on the go and you need a meal because you're fatigued and tired, this is brilliant. If you work full-time and you've got a busy life, this product, honestly, it's just fantastic. So Nat's going to touch on just a few of the benefits of the ingredients and why this product is so effective as a protein powder, but as a complete meal as well.
Okay, so first of all, this product has been supported by doctors all throughout the US and Europe. And in Australia here, I don't know if many of you know, but our TGA doesn't allow nutraceuticals to be promoted by doctors. But the most amazing thing is that we have actually been classified as a whole food medicine now, which is wonderful, which means we can talk about it as something that really helps heal the body. What I will say about the Complete is that the protein combination in the product has all 30 essential amino acid chains, which means that you are getting a complete protein blend in your product. It also has some really good quality fats in it that are based from nuts and seeds, and it also has this incredible large volume of plant-based carbohydrates. And when I say plant-based carbohydrates, I'm talking about fruit and vegetable nutrition. And that combination of fruits, vegetables, berries, superfoods, protein from plant-based sources, and the good fats is the perfect combination to service the body at the highest level. It's called our macronutrition formula. Now, I love this product so much because, to be honest, for the first 2 years, I didn't take it because I was so in love with the capsules. Then I started taking it in combination with the capsules, and then I went, hang on a minute, this formula works together. Instead of getting 26 fruits and vegetables and berries, I was getting over 50 serves of nutrition from plant-based sources in my diet, and I just had this amazing energy. And at the age of 42, I feel amazing. I've never felt this good. I feel complete.
Complete. So we could talk about the product forever because we absolutely love it. I've taken it for 4 years. Nat's taken it for nearly over 8 years. We absolutely live and breathe this. We completely believe in it. But what I want to share with you guys is some stories. So I'm going to randomly select some people just to share 2 minutes of what Juice Plus has done for them and their families. So Sam, if I could choose you just to share a little bit about your story on what Juice Plus has done in your family.
Sure thing. Hi, everybody. My name is Sam. I'm a part of this awesome team in WA. I actually live in Melbourne, Australia, and I have been taking Juice Plus for about 3 years now. A friend took me along to actually Natalie's house, sat in her backyard for an hour and listened to some amazing stories about whole food nutrition and what increasing nutrients in your body can do for you. And it was a huge penny drop moment for me. I have a 5-year-old son. And after I had my little boy, I had really bad postnatal depression and all of the things that come with a hormone imbalance. So I was at a pretty low point in my health, and it was really great to have just a starting point for me and for my family with Juice Plus. And like you said, Kat, it was an absolute catalyst for change for us, for changing our lifestyle around completely. And really being conscious of what we put in our bodies. And now 3 years later, we absolutely won't live without it at all. It has helped my son to eat raw fruits and veggies, which I'm sure any mum out there will know is really difficult. My husband doesn't get sore after the gym anymore. He absolutely loves his complete smoothies. And for me, hair, skin, nails, all of those things, absolutely incredible with my capsules every day. And yeah, we absolutely love it, and we'll be a Juice Plus family forever.
Awesome. Thanks, Sam. I'm going to pass it over to Jono. I met Jono probably close to nearly 8 to 12 months ago. When Jono was quite sick, he was suffering from an autoimmune condition and inflammation through his whole body. And I had a client actually suffer similar symptoms to this. So when I knew that the Juice Plus berry capsules reduced inflammation and they were packed with antioxidants, I thought I've got to share this with Jono. So Jono, do you mind sharing a little bit about your story?
Can you hear me? Can you? Hi guys. So I was in pain 14 years ago. I went to the doctor for 2 years. I went to a whole bunch of different doctors. Couldn't find out what was going on. So it took them 2 years to actually find out that I had something called ankylosing spondylitis. Now, ankylosing spondylitis is I've got too much inflammation in my blood. So for 12 years now, I've been suffering with an inflammatory condition where it is an autoimmune condition. I've got bones and muscles in that are affected, causing calcification in my bones. So 1/3 of my spine is fused. As Kat says, we were discussing my issues one day, and she said that I should go and speak to Nat about what food does. I thought I had a good diet before, but clearly I didn't. I was put onto an anti-inflammatory alkaline diet and started taking Juice Plus. So I was taking 12 different medications at the time, from painkillers to anti-inflammatories and a whole bunch of other stuff. My legs kept on going numb because I was taking so many other medications. And after starting to take Juice Plus, within 3.5 months, I had stopped taking I didn't have the need to take my anti-inflammatories and painkillers anymore. Stuff on my stomach I had stopped. I had reduced my antidepressants, anti-anxiety after 5 months. And after 8 months, I had stopped taking everything. So that's where I'm at right now.
Brilliant. That's so good. Thank you for sharing, Jono. I'm just going to get one more quick story. Nikki, if I can just get you just to explain over in Italy. You know, we're over in Australia. You're in Italy. We've got people over in Dubai. And what I love about this product, it is global. So whoever, I think it was Vicky, just said, is this available in the UK? It absolutely is. And if you know people in the UK, share it with them. This product is in over 26 countries around the world. It is absolutely phenomenal, and the results are worldwide. We've got a testimonials page with hundreds of thousands of people. So if you want to find any testimonials, jump on Juice Plus testimonials on Facebook and you'll just see an abundance of incredible results. So Nikki, would you like to just share 2 minutes of your product story, what Juice Plus has done for you?
Sure, Caitlin. I started taking Juice Plus because I was feeling a lot of lethargic, a lot of brain fog. My diet was extremely carb heavy, a lot of sugar. I lived a lot of years living in London, not really paying attention to my diet, and then I got quite sick when I was living in Sydney. I had a lot of gastro problems, ended up in hospital for a week, hooked onto a morphine drip for a week, and it was down to having a pretty bad diet, no fruits and vegetables, and a lot of carbs and a lot of sugars. And it wasn't until I'd moved to Italy and we decided to start thinking about having a family, I realised that I really needed to get my body in shape and also my health in shape. And with the advice from Abby, who just started telling me about the products, for me, it just made sense straight away. And I started taking the products, and literally within maybe a week, I wasn't having the need to have a sleep in the afternoons anymore. My brain was a lot more clear. I had a lot more clarity. My partner, who also had a lot of problems with his health, he started taking the product and he saw some massive improvements in his vitality in every day. So for me, it made sense, and it's something that I will continue to take constantly, and so with my family as well.
Brilliant, thank you. And that's what I love about this product. It's safe for children. It's safe for everyone, whether you're breastfeeding, you're pregnant, you've got diabetes, no matter what kind of condition you may have, this product is safe. And when you put that level of fruit, veg, and berry nutrients in your body, it absolutely changes everything on a cellular level. So you'll start to notice that your body starts to respond differently. Your mindset starts to change. You get rid of that brain fog and that cloudy feeling, and you start to just feel really clear. And I just think that that's what this product does. It just absolutely transforms lives. So when you become so passionate about the product and you love this so much and you feel the results of this product, you just can't help but to share it. And that's what we want to now merge into, is now the business. Because when you take this and you share it with people, you can actually create a solid foundation of a business. And for the last 3 years, I've been doing the Juice Plus business. I've lived off my Juice Plus income, and it has changed my life, this business, and it's now my career. So I'm going to pass you back to Sunny or Abby, and they're going to explain a little bit about how incredible this business is.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Kat. I love hearing new stories, and even Jono, you know, I've known Jono now for sort of the 10 months that he's been in our community, and it never gets old. You know, it's incredible. And you know, you start to listen to more and more stories, and it's just so common. You know, what you hear, these stories, is just the norm now within our community worldwide, right? And that Juice Plus testimonial page is incredible, because you can simply punch in any sort of ailment, disease, whatever it might be, and just hear testimonial, and you see people who have completely changed their lives. You know, I've been on the product for over 5 years now, and I aligned myself with the company, you know, just on 4. And it was one of the greatest decisions in my life, you know, and I didn't know what it was at the time. And it's funny, I've just been thinking about my life, and I've got a few mates at the moment. It's January and everybody's getting back into work and they've had Christmas off. And isn't it strange how here in Australia, in the UK and in the US, it's the same, right? You know, people just work and live for the weekends. They'll start on a Monday and they'll grind out the whole week, and Friday will come, and then it's like, yep, you know, take the high heels off, rip the shirt off, and let's roll. And in Dubai, it's the same. You guys smash it out from Sunday all the way through to Thursday, just so you can have a kick-ass afternoon at brunch on a Friday afternoon, right? And it's just the norm worldwide, right? That's just how life is, the grind, right? You know, Groundhog Day once again. You know, so what if there was a way? What if there was a way that you could, you know, increase the quality of your life, right? What if there was a way that, you know, you could have more income for more choices, more opportunities, right? This is what this business allows you to have. It gives you that, right? When I first saw this business, I didn't quite understand it. I was very much stuck in that mentality of trading time for money. Right? If Valerie and I were saving to build our house that we built 5 years ago, I just simply started to work 6 and 7 days a week, right? I just knew that if I did the time, I'd earn more money, right? It's as simple as that. And then when I had my own business, it was just employ more guys, get more machinery, get more, you know, equity, and just build my business. But it was more stress, right? It was overload. And I soon found out the more I worked, guess what I didn't have? I didn't have any time. I didn't have any time to spend with my kids, my family, hang out with my mates. You know, here were my mates, they were going out on a Saturday and a Sunday. I couldn't do it. I was working, right? And you often find that. In Dubai, I found that, you know, there's people that obviously earn a very, very good income in the UAE, but they're time poor. They're struggling. And then there's the other spectrum where people are just like really working hard just to make ends meet, and they probably can't even afford to go to brunch on a Friday afternoon, right? And so when I saw this business model, and Abby, you know, we actually hadn't even met Abby. I'd been on the product for a year. I hadn't even met Abby. And, you know, she offered us the business opportunity. We'd recommended the product to quite a few people. And I actually sat down with my wife and I said, like, what are you going to do for work when the kids go to school? And Val had no credentials. She'd never been to TAFE University, anything like that. And there was no business model that could fit our life. I didn't want, you know, a daycare center raising my kids. So we just didn't know what would fit our life. And then Abby came along and offered this business opportunity. And here was something that you could run from your mobile phone. You could run in your own hours. You could do it in your stolen moments. You know, we could do it amongst our life. We call this a lifestyle business because we do it in around our life, right? And that started to appeal to me. And it was like nothing I'd ever heard before, because a traditional business, a traditional JOB, wherever you might be, you know, in the current company that you work for, right? It's a dog-eat-dog world. it is literally people trampling over people to get to that position. If there's a job opportunity, if there's a pay rise at stake and you want to go for that, like everybody wants a better way, right? Everybody wants a better life. If there's a promotion going, everybody will be going for it, but you might be going for it with 100 other people, right? And you literally have to going to tread on other people to get that. And then I saw our business model where, you know, you literally have to reach out, grab somebody's hand and bring them with you. You have to literally grab them, show them what you've been taught and teach them and get them to teach other people and just keep on bringing people with you to succeed, right? I love this business because this business isn't about me. It's not about us as the leaders. It's all about you guys. And as you guys are coming into this business and having a look at it, it's about who you can help, right? Who do you think that you would know that you could help and show this amazing opportunity to? So when I started to hear about this, it really blew my mind. Like seriously, I'd never heard of, you know, a direct selling business model, never heard of referral-based. What's a referral-based business? I'd never heard of it, you know, but we refer different businesses, companies, we refer so many things every single day of the year, do we not? Right? You go to a new cafe, what do? You go, mate, got to check out this cafe. They do a great smoothie down there and a wicked cappuccino. Go see them, right? You go to the movies and you see a great movie. What do? It's like, Michael, man, check out the latest Bourne movie. It's sick, you know, and then the next week you're there with your mates. But with our business, what we get to do is that exactly, but we get paid for doing that. So every time you share the product, the company says, thank you so much for improving somebody's way of life, improving somebody's health, right? Here's some income, right? It's a referral-based business. It's as simple as that. So when I learned that, when I heard about that, I was just like, great, because I knew straight away 5 people that could do with better health. Like just bang, straight off the cusp. And then I knew 5 people in my tight social network of friends that could do with more income, right? There was stay-at-home mums. There was guys that weren't getting enough hours at work. There were guys that were owning their own businesses but were too stressed with overheads, etc., right? So straight away I knew, and I asked you guys, now when you're thinking about this and you're seeing this business model, have a think about who you could help, right? And then I suppose one of the little things that came into my mind when I heard about this business, you know, I saw all those things that ticked all the boxes, right? I wanted to travel more. I wanted more income. My business that I am, I've been on the same income for the last 5 years. And then here was our business model, and it was an uncapped income. You could literally keep on sharing this and sharing this and sharing this with as many people as possible. I'd never heard of a job or a business that you could have an uncapped income. That was incredible, right? But then being the business model it is, a direct selling business, it's a social network business, I said to Val, we don't really know many people. You know, obviously you guys have come into the UAE, you're building a social network, your friends, etc. I was no different. I'd literally just moved to Perth after being, you know, overseas for 6 years, and I was from the other side of Australia. I knew nobody, like nobody, right? But the reality is in this business, it can all just start with one person. Kat, you might want to pin me here so it just comes up a little bit larger for everyone. You know, so for example, I was at the gym, and Caitlin was one of the first people that we recommended to the product and the business. And then I had another mate that I'd sort of built a relationship, and his name was Dave, right? Right. So I ended up sharing the product and the business to Dave. And he straight away, he liked it. He was a PT, and over Christmas, it just shut down for him. He just didn't create any income. So he had to hustle sort of the other 10 months of the year, because November, December, and January pretty much were a write-off for him, right? And so he ended up sharing it with a girl called Danny. Now, Danny, she was in childcare and caring for old people, and the income just wasn't great. So for her to supplement her income, right, it was brilliant. So it was as simple as me showing Dave what to do. Dave showed Danny, right? Then Danny had a friend that she met here in Perth while he was traveling through. His name was Dave also. Dave had a look at what it was, went back to NZ, had a good think about it, and said, yeah, I'd love to be part of this community, right? So Danny taught Dave. And then Dave had another friend called Tuhao, right? She's in her late 50s. She's been around business. She's an litigator. She's an ex-lawyer. She looked at the business model, never seen anything like it. And then Dave taught Tuhau. Now, Tuhau has just gone off now, and she's creating one of the biggest businesses in New Zealand. It's incredible. But as you can see, it all just starts with one person. And the reality is, when you start talking to people and finding out about people and what's lacking in people's lives, majority of people, 99% of people, do not have their nutrition on track. Would you guys agree? Like, nod your head like a lunatic if you agree. Yep. Oh, there you go. I'm on the big screen. Woo. All right. So there you go. And then, you know, you'd often find when you talk to people that, right, people are lacking something in terms of their career, their business. There's not many people that would love to get up on a Sunday morning after having Friday and Saturday off and love what they do, right? There'd be a few for sure. But even still, there would be something lacking. So in our business model, what I love, we get to add value to people's lives with this opportunity. And you'll soon find, right, that people just end up knowing more people that just need what we have. We seriously have the solution to people's problems here, right? And here we call this a popcorn effect. Like, you know, my kids go, Dad, go and put some popcorn on the stove. So I put it on the stove. What happens? It starts popping. It's cooking. I take it off the stove, and the kid's like, whoa! And it just keeps on popping, right? And our business is no different. You look at some of the leaders on this Zoom call tonight, Nat, Abby, Caitlin, ourselves. You know, we've built this business through this popcorn effect, right? And through sharing it with a few people and then teaching the teach, and it keeps on popping. It's kept on popping, and it will continue to pop forever and a day. It'll never, ever stop. That is the brilliance of this business model, right? So when I heard that, I thought, well, great. I know a few people I can share it with. And then I thought, well, hang on. What have I got to invest into this business to make it work? Right. One thing I know for sure is franchises are great, right? Because they have a proven system. They've got strategies and a proven system that work. But often what you'll find if you inquire about franchises, and there's loads of franchises in the UAE, whether it be restaurants, cafes, you know, gyms, etc. Whatever franchise you go to invest in, they're very, very expensive. So it makes it very, very hard for people like you and I, normal, average Joe people, to build some equity to go invest to create your own business, your own company. Where ours, right, it's literally zero cost, right? It's 365 dirhams to have your own online global business. For that 365 per year, it's a once-off fee that everybody pays like worldwide. You get your own online virtual office, you get your own website, right? A full website. You imagine how much a website costs these days. So with this, you get your own website that people can use, can go through, order product, look at the business opportunity, etc. Right? Also with our business, we get paid 3 ways. I love that, because a normal JOB, you work your hours, you get your salary, and if you're lucky, you might get a bonus at the end of the year, if you're lucky, right? Majority of people these days are just lucky to have a job and to keep their job. Here, our company says, guess what? Share our mission, which is to better the health and life of people around the world, and we'll pay you more ways than one. I love that. So we get a retail sales profit. So every time you share the capsules, every time you share the complete, every time you share with the product in the UK and somebody takes the boosters, or somebody takes the children's chews, or you share it with somebody in the States or Australia, you will get paid, right? You know somebody in the UK and you go and share it, guess what? You'll get paid in Dubai. Yeah, you'll get paid in the UAE. We are simply the messenger in this business. It's a unique business model if you think about it, because all we do is we connect the customer to the product, and the company take care of everything. They take care of shipping, invoicing, absolutely everything, and you can do it all over your mobile phone. I've never seen anything like it. We also get a commission. Now, I call the commission team building, because what you'll find is that when you start talking to people, people will want to be around this community, right? We've had that. We know that in the UAE. We've been there. We've talked to people, and people want to be around like-minded, positive people that want a better way of life. So in turn, when people say, yep, I mean, I'd love to join the business, this is where you start creating the residual income and commission that comes in every month. And that's with team building. And you'll only do that and earn that by helping other people create their own teams. So I love it. It's just people helping people. We also get bonus money. Now, I'm going to touch on the bonus money. There is no quotas in this business. There's no, like, at the end of the month, you get a phone call from your upline and somebody saying you've got to sell X amount of products this month. There's nothing like that. You can do this business as slow or as fast as you like. If you want to share it with a few people, you'll get paid a little bit. If you want to share it with a few more, you'll get paid a lot more. It's as simple as that. But the company says if you'd like to actually treat it like a business and not necessarily just dip your toes in to test it, but if you really want to share it with a lot of people, create a lot of positive impact, not only in your life, but other people's lives, right? We're going to throw you some bonus money. So without complicating it too much, when you first join the business, one of the first levels, right, is called SDD. Don't worry too much about it. All the way down to a presidential marketing director, okay? That's the pinnacle of the company. Now, from there to there is over 400,000 dirhams in bonus money. Over 400,000 dirhams, right, in bonus money. The company rewards you with through sharing this. Now, people are doing that within 12 months. People are doing that within 12 months, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, however long it may take, right? At the end of the day, guys, time is going to pass, right? You know, do you want in 5 years to look back and go, wow, I missed that opportunity? You know, 5 years is going to go by. Why not build something in your spare time that you can create a residual income for the rest of your life, right? So that really is as simple as our business model. Today, I'm not really going to go into the nuts and bolts of how it exactly works. It's really here to show some inspiration to you guys, share a little bit of vision on what's really possible, right? But that is really the business model in a whole. It's 365 dirhams. It's $1 a day to have your own online global business. There's an opportunity to create some wealth for yourself, right? Whether it might be 500 dirhams a month, whether it might be 2,000 dirhams a month. Maybe you want to treat it like a business and create 10 to 20,000 dirhams a month, right? The opportunity is there, and there's everyday people like you and I doing that, creating another way of life for themselves. I might put myself back on gallery view because it looks weird how I just look at myself. There we go. That's much better. Cool. So, you know, for me, you know, looking back over the last 4 years, my life has dramatically changed. I didn't realize that from saying yes and saying to my wife, all right, just tell Abby that, yeah, we'll give the business a go and we'll see what happens, that, you know, 4 years later, I'm able to do the things I love. And this business isn't about the money. It can create, right, a lot of money for you, a great income for you, but it's not really about the money. It's about what the money can do for you. So some of you in here might like travel. Some of you might here want an income to give back to your families back in your home countries. We've found that quite relevant, you know, in the UAE. There's a lot of people working away from home and their families are back home and they don't get to travel back home to give back home, right? So that's what might be your why for saying yes to this business. For me, honestly, income wasn't a factor. My wife and I have earned a good income in our previous business, but I was time poor. I didn't get to see my kids. I didn't get to take them to school. I didn't get them to pick them up. I was working 10 to 12 hours a day. So if I said to Val, if we could create an extra, say, you know, $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month to create some leverage so I could have some more spare time to do the things I wanted to do with the people I love, then that was our goal. Right, that's what we wanted to do. For you guys, I asked you guys, like, before I get some people to share, I think somebody's not on mute on here. I can hear a little bit of background noise. I asked you guys, like, what would an extra 500 dirhams a month do for you? What would an extra 1,000 dirhams a month do for you? What would happen if you woke up one morning and there was 10,000 dirhams in your bank account from Juice Plus for helping people, for simply just sharing this? Would that not create a huge impact on your life? Like, we know that the product works. We know what it does to people's bodies, right? We know when people start taking it that they're going to have a positive change in their life. But the business model, I feel, can give even more of an impact to people's lives, right? What I'm going to do, I'm going to get first Nikki. Nikki, I'd love for you to share, and then Abby, maybe if you want to wrap up with you, obviously being an MD, you know, pretty well, you're a PMD in this business. Firstly, Nikki, where are you? Oh, there you are, top left. Nikki, obviously you got introduced to the business by Abs. You guys have built a business online through Zoom. I feel like I know you, Nikki, but we've actually never met in person. How funny is that? But what's this business done for you? What's the community done for you?
Thanks, Sonny. You're absolutely right. I mean, I think what I absolutely love about this business is I'm based in Italy. Obviously, everyone around me speaks Italian. I speak English. So what I love is the fact that I can do this business and liaise with, an old friend of mine, Abby, that I've known for 25 years, and we get to hang out every day, working. And, I think this is what really comes to play is the power of Facebook and the power of technology and how this business can really fly with Facebook. There's quite a few people on the call tonight who I've never met in person, but I have built some really beautiful relationships with via Facebook, via Zoom, via WhatsApp. We speak face to face. I feel like I know a lot of these girls in the UAE already. We've shared some personal stories of each other's lives and stuff like that. And, this has all been done via, technology. And I'm so blessed to have met these amazing women. And, I've met all of these amazing women by Facebook. And what I have done is really, get to know people first. Find out, what it is that they enjoy. Can I give any sort of value, any sort of inspiration, any sort of health tips and, healthy recipes. And it's just not about coming in from, what can I sell you? What can you do for me? It's what can I do for you? And from that kind of, standpoint, I've met some amazing women. And I really feel like in the groups that I've joined in the UAE, these beautiful women have accepted me, and non-Muslim women as part of their community, part of their groups. I get tagged into sharing, makeup tips and eye makeup tips, and I can't put on eye makeup for toffee. These women over there are so glamorous and so beautifully presented, but they've really just, invited me into their groups, into their lives, and I'm so blessed for that. And it's all down to, getting to know people via Facebook, helping people, being an ear, listening, and, giving without expecting anything in return. And from that, I have made some absolutely amazing friendships. I cannot wait to come over in March. I've got so many ideas planned for some, really great women's empowerment breakfast meetings and things like that. So the power of Facebook, the power of networking, where I'm in Italy, to try and explain this amazing product in a language that's not my own, for me, it was just too hard. So I have really relied on Facebook to really build my business, and that's exactly what I've done, and it's really flown and taken off for the last 6 months. So I will encourage you, sorry, I was finished, 1 second, encourage you all to really, keep making new contacts, and not just making contacts for the sake of this business, but you never know who you meet, and you never know what amazing people that you come across, and just sharing, giving value, and, speaking from the heart, and trying to be as the most helpful as you possibly can in any way, and you never know where it can take you. And, and obviously meeting all these guys in Australia who have never officially met in person, but feel like I do already know you already, and can't wait to come over, hopefully for the conference in June, and meet you all face to face.
Sure. Thanks, Nikki. Love it. And that's, it's a perfect example of, like, look what you can do through Facebook and the internet, and what we've been able to build here, just through social media and Zoom. It's incredible. Abs, I'm going to get you to just touch a little bit. You introduced us to the biz and the product, 4 or 5 years ago. You've been able to build an incredible business, an incredible income, and an incredible life for yourself. You got 3 kids, and Brian, your husband, so pretty much 4 kids. Let's be real. Brian's like a big kid. I love him to bits. Like, your life has dramatically changed from when I first met you to now, to think, how we travel and what we get to do and how we get to inspire people and the life we live. I mean, not only that, like, we're like best mates, all of us, and it's incredible. So I'd love you to share for us, like, what's happened for you over the last 5 years.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Sonny. I came into this 5.5 years ago now, and I came into this not knowing much about what it's all about. And a lot like you, I was sitting in your shoes 5.5 years ago, just wondering whether this opportunity could actually do something. One of the things that I always learned really quickly is being consistent and putting one foot in front of the other and just doing something every day. And I learned that the more people that I started to help, when I started to do that, the more my income started to increase. So for me, coming into this business, I actually came into this as a stay-at-home mum with 2 children, with a 2-year-old and a 4-month-old. And we came into this with a lot of debt. We've been in a really bad situation financially. And I just saw this as maybe as a little vehicle that I could help contribute as a mum, just with maybe some bills each month. That was really what I thought I could do. And quite quickly, I realized that, you know, this opportunity was just so much more. I saw such massive vision by the people above me, and I just put 2 feet in and just went for it. And what happened was, you know, as the guys have touched on before, is that it's all about helping each other. You know, it's about butting up with people and helping them create their lifestyle, because the moment you start helping others to create that, you're going to be rewarded anyway. This is why this business is just for like-minded people, right, that are on the same mission. So for me, you know, coming into this with that debt, with that real horrible situation financially, we were living paycheck to paycheck every single month. I started to then contribute each month with the bills. It got to the point when I was able in the first year to start paying for our mortgage each month. And, you know, that's when my husband started to see, well, you know what, this is not just a hobby, this is actually a business. And, you know, I ended up going on to have a 3rd child in this business. And in that time, in the 3 years of being in the business, I was able to get to that top position of NMD. So my motto is, if I can do this, anyone can do this. Because I was able to build this business, a successful business, at home, in my stolen moments, around my children. You know, when they're asleep, I went to work, you know, at home. And on weekends, I helped other people create that as well. So what we've been able to do in 5.5 years has been nothing short of amazing. You know, my husband was able to give up his full-time job for 12 months while he went and found his passion. You know, and for me to be able to do that as a stay-at-home mum is really unbelievable. You know, I think a lot of us as mums, we tend to lose ourselves a little bit as being mums. And, you know, as I said before, I've not got any credentials behind me. I never went to university. I never did those things. So for me to ever earn, or even think of earning a 6-figure income as a stay-at-home mum was so far from my mind. But as the years went, I realised that this was the opportunity that I could do that. And so in 5 years now down the track, I earn that 6-figure income and I'm able to be a stay-at-home mum, and I've been able to have children doing that. So I just want to say from my heart to yours, like, this really can open so many doors for you. You know, my husband now he's found his passion, and to be able to do that for him has been amazing. And I know, like, you know, Sonny's, you know, he's been able to do that for his family. You know, he's going to be able to, you know, maybe give up something that he's been doing for the last 12 years to work in this business full time. You know, it gives us, it's not just about the money, it's about the opportunity that it gives us. It's about the freedom. And we tend to do that. It's about freedom, you know, and whatever this business is for you, it's for you. You know, whether that's time, whether that's more time with your family, less time with your family if you want, whatever it's going to be, you know, this opportunity can give you that. So probably the question that I'll ask you to wrap up is, what if? You know, we often say that in this business is, what if this could be your vehicle? You know, it's such an amazing vehicle for all of us. We have paved the way for you guys. You know, we've been able to walk in the shoes and make this NMD happen. And we know we've got a blueprint for every single one of you to make that happen. So it's all about linking arms with us and helping each other to get to that you know, that pinnacle position, to give you those choices, to give you that freedom. So what if this could be for you? What if you could just take that chance and give it a go and just see what happens? So I'm going to leave it there, because I think we've given you lots of information to think about. And, you know, really think about this. You know, this is not something that you just want to, you know, just step into without really thinking about how you are going to do this business, because having a plan and doing this is such an important part, and we are here to support you through that. So guys, thank you so much for being on this call. We're going to be continuing doing calls like this. So if you've got anyone that you would like to link arms with and create this team together, invite them on these calls or share this video with them as well, because I'm just going to stop recording now.